Hi and welcome back to my playthrough of Defenders of the Realm. Especially last episode was pretty messy in respect to things that I have forgotten or basically didn't play correctly. I think I have spotted them all during editing though, or I think some of those were even repaired kind of later in the episode, but then it was a little bit late. It was a really very buggy episode, let's put it like this. The most important piece was around this harsh winter. We have drawn this and I have suffered through at least 2 or 3 full rounds, basically only allowing my heroes to draw only one card at the end, basically during their evening phase. The thing is, these cards also go when any general is moving, and I believe 2 generals were moving, or maybe 1 general twice, I can't quite remember. So this card should have been gone twice already. Still, I didn't play it correctly. Of course, I will now discard it. Normally, I would basically give myself, let's call it some kind of a mulligan, and would allow me to draw replacement cards, at least for the last round or so. The thing is, what I also forgot was that we were, I believe for at least 2 full hero turns, I've forgotten that we were already in the mid-war stage. So I have forgotten to draw at least 2 or 3 of these Darkness Spreads cards. Again, for those only generals would have moved, but this could mean, for example, that this guy could have been here already at Bounty Bay, which then ultimately led me to the decision not to, let's say, compensate myself with forgetting this harsh winter and simply carry on from here. This might be a very terrible decision, but yeah, you know, I have to balance things out here to some extent, and I don't want to be called a cheater, right? That's basically what I'm trying to say here. I think apart from that, things were quite all right. So we can move into the next round of the game. And there's one good discussion, actually. I think I raised that question on The Geek as well in respect to, can you change the turn order? And you can't. I think that's where I remembered correctly. And I think there was a very cool, let's say, clarification on why that is, because there are not really rounds, quote unquote, in this game. So hero takes their turn, then full turn from morning to evening to night, and then another hero takes a turn. There is nothing like a round in that concept of that game, which then also means, yeah, you are assigning this at the start of the game and then you carry on from there. Makes perfect sense. Thanks for confirming. Also, Will, I think, appreciate for you chiming in on this discussion as well. Will is one of my patrons, by the way, in case you're wondering. And I think, yeah, why not? Let's use the time while we are here to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons and channel members out there. You guys are truly amazing. Can't tell you how much I appreciate support. And now we will continue with the game. There is certainly a need getting after Balazak here, because he's only 2 more steps away from Monarch City. The problem is I don't really have an awful lot of red cards. Yes, I have some purple cards which I could be using, but still with those, even with those purple cards, I will only make it to, I believe, 7 dice in total. I counted that through, that's the maximum. And the problem really is these defensive positions here. If I attack Balazak with all 3 heroes, we would have to lose 2 cards per hero, right? And these could be random cards. So if really things are getting, if shit hits, you know, then we would be losing the cards that we need, and that's something we can't do. So that's why I was looking for the 2 heroes prevention thing. So if I would only attack him with 2, the maximum would be 7 dice. The problem is we need 6 in order to defeat him, and we need a 4+ on all of those. So that's definitely something which right now simply doesn't make sense. Of course, I could hope that any one of these heroes is drawing enough cards, red cards. Still, I don't think that this is going to happen. So I will more or less fall back to an original plan I had, and that is to go after Varkolak. Even though he didn't move, we really have a hell of a lot of black cards in our hand. I believe the Elf Lord alone had 4 cards in his hand plus purple cards. Similarly for the Seeker, she also has, I think, 2 black cards and a purple card in her hand. And ultimately, I think we only need to hit him 5, but we can't use any re-rolls abilities for that one. That's, I think, should be manageable. Because both of them are up here, it's all the more reason to go after him, and Ileana could still help. And the idea is really for these guys to move into the Dark Woods and defeat Varkolak. If he is still here, that's still the main problem. You can prepare everything you want, but yeah, again, if things are not really turning out the way you want them to be, then if you're really moving away, then yeah, you prepared for nothing, basically. But still, I think that's what we need to try. We will have to start with the Elf Lord. He will move for his first action, move into the Dark Woods. Because of his swift attack, he gets to roll 4 dice against those minions. So he's attacking, that's what I'm trying to say. So we are rolling 4 dice. I will take another blue die now. This is replacing a black die. And oh gosh, this was terrible. 1 is gone, that's at least something, but I think we can continue to hit anyway. Doesn't really matter because we want to stay here. Yes, maybe I could heal the land or try to heal the land, but I think that's all right. That was really a terrible roll. So we have to spend another action. Now we are only rolling 2 dice, unfortunately, so that's definitely a bummer. Are you kidding me? We do that once more. Okay. 1 more is gone. That's at least something. And I think with the last action, yeah, we will take 1 hit here. That's not the end of the world. I think he can live with that. Of course, oh gosh, this is so bad. This is really so bad. I shouldn't play these kind of games. So yeah, he basically ended his turn. Oh, we have a reroll. Let's use the reroll. Why not? Or should we use? No, we can't use reroll abilities against Vargolok anyway. No, we will use the reroll actually. To roll that die. And yes, awesome. Okay, this was worth it. I will stop whining here. But of course, we have spent our reroll, but that is all right. Which then also means we don't really have to move Eliana in there, which is really nice. So we can do other stuff with her. Because I guess, again, with these defensive positions, I only want 2 heroes to fight him. Nice. Then we have the evening phase. We are drawing 2 cards. We have a special card, which is cool. Cavalry Sweep. Start in any location and remove a total of 6 minions, moving from start location to adjacent location. Dragon can count as 2. Yeah, that's really nice. You start from a location, then they are cavalcading through the lands and will take out minions as they go on their journey. That is pretty nice, but it's also basically a +1 when we are fighting Vargolok. That's in theory another black card, which is of course nice. The problem is we now have to resolve our Darkness Spreads card, so we are hitting the Knight. Okay, Balazar. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Okay, let's do things in order. So first of all, we were adding 2 minions to Minotaur Forest and 1 black to the Land of Amazons, which I believe is okay. So 2 fellas will go in here. And 1 black goes to the Land of Amazons, which is down here again. That is all right. Then, yeah, we're looking at this Balazar, and this is really Balazar. We'll simply move to the next location, no matter what. So he's moving to Bounty Bay, no matter where he is. These cards are really bad. And if the same card comes up now, we have already automatically lost the game. And we will also add a demon to Bounty Bay, but right now it's still at 3. So we are okay. The problem is we have to resolve the second card. In this case, only quote unquote the bottom part. And it would be Gorgard, and Gorgard is no longer on the board. So that's okay. That's really something where getting rid of these generals for the second card now, it's definitely beneficial, as you can see here. Okay, so we are still standing, but that is definitely a problem. Okay then, over to Eliana. Let's have a quick look at the cards. Again, these are, let's call it quote-unquote, the red cards we have. So we have 3 here. Keep in mind she can use, it's even a Balazar card anyway. So we have 3 dice here and 1 die here. Balazar needs 6 hits, right? Yeah, 6 hits in order to be defeated. So the minimum amount of dice we have to roll is 6. And his combat skill says before we are basically starting to roll, we are rolling a die for each card we have committed, and on a 1, this card is being discarded, which of course could be terrible, right? So I really don't know, even if we are now incredibly lucky in respect to our card roll. So let's say Eliana will draw 2 red cards and maybe the Seeker will get there. It's still not quite enough. So I think we have to stay on target, quite honestly. So for Eliana, it's maybe minion control. So she will use her first action to move one space into here, because from here she can really hit an awful lot of folks anyway. Yeah, let's leave her here. She could gallop, as you know. Then she will spend another thing to hit these guys here. And keep in mind, she has the Dragonlance, the quest she has fulfilled. So which gives her a +1 on these blue minions. I'm not 100% sure if she is allowed to use that in conjunction with her archery ability, but I think maybe not even. But give me a break, right? So we are hitting these guys again. We basically need a 4 on all of those. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, that's 1 and 1. I think that is okay. We can manage with that. So this Bounty Bay is kind of, let's call it somewhat safe. The question is, should we continue to fight? And I think, yeah, let's spend another action. No. I think first of all we want to get after this one here. So we're moving in here. So I'm fighting again against those Dragonkin, which again is only 1 die, but it's a +1. Let's see, it's not enough. Yeah, that was wasteful, but I still think let's fight again. We have to use her Dragon Lance, right? Okay, that is good enough again. She gets a +1 against those guys, which is okay, but that's already the end of her round. I was hoping to get rid of this 1 action early because I could have went after her quest here, which we have to do at the Ancient Ruins. But that is something that she can still do. But I think she cleaned out the area here, at least to some extent. Let's draw her 2 cards. And wouldn't it be funny if we would be drawing 2 red cards now? No, it's another black card and a green card. Minotaur Forest, yeah. And then we have to draw our night card, or the Darkness Spreads card. So here's the first one. Add 1 orc to each location that currently has only 1 orc on it. And we don't. Yeah, this was a pretty nice card to draw at this point in time. I totally take that. And then Sapphire would be moving to Monarch City, so no, we can ignore that, but we have to resolve another card. And Gorgard would be moving, but no, Gorgard is no longer moving. Okay, we are still standing. Okay, and then it's the Seeker. We will use her precognition ability to have a look at this card. Add 1 orc to each green location that is currently empty. And then Gorgard would be moving. I think we can manage that. So no, I think nothing to worry about. Then I really hope I didn't miscount. So we will spend 1 action to move in here. Another action to fight against those Dragonkin. So she needs to roll a 5+ on those. And I'm missing my 3rd blue die. No, it's here. We have it. So 5+ it is. Yes, not even close. But we can't linger here, unfortunately. We have to carry on. So we are spending 1 more to move in. Doesn't matter which direction, 1 and 2. So we're basically spending 2 actions. We will spend 1 action to... No, we can't. We actually can't because I want this. I have black cards, but yeah, that's a waste. Let's fire. Let's fight the general. We are only 2 here, so we are basically preventing this defensive positions here. Now we have to commit our cards. I think he will have to go all in. I think we have to do that. So he's definitely getting these cards out, and they're all 1s exactly. And then the question is, how many special cards do we want to spend? In total, we need 5 hits. And I believe I will add these 3 as well for the Elf Lord. So this is really costly, but we are getting basically 3 cards back if we are successful. And again, keep in mind those purple cards do not count towards the Winds of War deck if we are only using it for the bottom ability. So that's 7 dice for him, right? It's only any generals are typically only 1 die, but that is all right. We have to make a judgment call now. If we want to spend this card here, again, we can use her special ability allows her to use these basically dice for any general, not just for Balazak, but this is such a perfect card here. Prevent one general from moving when activated. And because Balazak is right next to us, but we are rolling 7 dice already with the Elf Lord, 9 dice. So I think we want to hold on to this. Even though this could be really, really costly now, I'm only committing these 2 cards here. It is what it is. And we still have 1 Royal Blessing here. And this Royal Blessing definitely does allow us to use rerolls against Varkolak. It's even mentioned in the rules. It is overruling the non-reroll Varkolak combat ability. So we get another mulligan here. In this case, I'm not sure if I want her to get the final blow or if I should spread out those Slayer titles. In a normal game, there is some competitive element where you say, yeah, in the end, yes, you want to win, but then there might be one better winner than the others. I don't like this. It's really a true cooperative game, and the rules suggest you don't need to whatever care about this rule if you don't want to. So in this case, it's more or less a mechanical thing. So let's say we are successful defeating Varkolak. Should we then give this title to the Elf Lord? In this case, I would have to hit him basically last. Or should I be using this for the Seeker? The thing is, because she's only 2 dice, the reroll of the Royal Blessing isn't that powerful. So I think we have to start with her, because if we do re-roll, we want the maximum power out of this. I think that's what we need to do. So we will start with the Seeker. Again, she committed these 2 cards. These are 2 measly dice. Really not worth mentioning. But yeah, let's see how things go from here. So 2 dice. Oh gosh, not even 1. Not even 1. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh gosh, this is such a waste. So now we are rolling a lot of dice with him, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Indeed. The special cards, again, are out of the game. They will not be shuffled back, but it's 7 dice. And I think we are not going to make it. No, we needed 1 hit from there. So we are rolling basically, yeah, let's roll these dice here. A 4 plus, we need 5. 5, 4, 7. You must be joking. You really must be joking. So we have to look at the Royal Blessings. Reroll all dice in a battle. When a group is attacking a general, this can be used to reroll all dice for all heroes in the battle. For all heroes. For all heroes in the battle. So even the 2 dice we were rolling with her. Note this is all dice, not just a fail dice rolled in the deck. This token overrides the undead general Varkolak's no reroll ability. And that's even better. So we are basically rolling 9 dice again. Yeah, I definitely take that. So we have to spend that token. I really have to hope for something good here. Now I think it's kind of right that we didn't roll any successes with the Seeker. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, we are basically rolling all these 9 dice again with the Royal Blessing. But now we are out of Royal Blessings. We can't use it to heal any tainted tokens. And I think it's not enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. We needed 1 more hit. Are you kidding me? And he doesn't have a red zone. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 more. Hero lose D6 life tokens and D6 hero cards. Not sure if I have to roll once and apply the hit basically to all. I think that's how I will do that. I will roll D6 here and I roll D6 here, but I will apply both effects with 1 die roll. I don't know if that's good, or maybe I should check the rules actually. And in fact, it's not mentioned in the rules, but it is mentioned in the FAQ. You roll the die for each of the hero individual, because, and I think this does make sense, because it could be either too light. So let's say I would be only rolling a 1, then each hero would only suffer 1 wound and would be losing 1 card. Or it could be too hard when we would roll a 6, then both heroes will. So that's why, of course, we could still roll 2 times the 1, but then it is what it is, right? So let's, first of all heroes are beamed back to Monarch City. So we will start to roll for the Seeker, and we will do the wounds first. So 1d6 wounds for the Seeker. Now, can you see that? Barely, but it is what it is. Okay, only 1. So we did roll the 1. We have to, she had 1 action left. We have to use this token first. That's at least my understanding, my recollection of things. Let's roll the die for the Elf Lord. That's a 2. Okay, so at least health-wise, this game was giving me a break. And then we have to do the same for the cards. So we are rolling for the Seeker. That's 4 cards. It's basically all the cards. In this case, because it's discarded, it goes back to the normal discard pile. That's at least something. But she's now basically out of cards. Let's roll for the Elf Lord. And that's, oh yeah, 6, of course. I think these are all cards. I had 4 cards in his hand. That's where this game typically goes sideways. Once you have suffered defeat against one of these generals the first time, things are really getting very, very nasty. But at least we are still alive. something, I don't know. We are still going through the evening phase of the Seeker, at least I think, but yeah, these are the two cards that we were drawing. Yeah, doesn't really matter too much at this point in time. And then we have to resolve our Darkness Spreads card. Yeah, that's a problem. So we had the Orc Patrol, which again was manageable, but of course it's still some kind of a problem because we might be then running out of green minions. That's the one piece. These pesky orcs are really problematic, but I think these are all. We still have 8 or so in the supply, so we have the Orc Slayer with us, so that is okay. Then Gorgard would be moving. He is not, but we still have to resolve a second Darkness Spreads card. And it is Balazak, but luckily he's not moving into Monarch City just yet. But that was kind of brutal. Vakolak will start healing at the end of the next player's turn, Elflord, because there are no major wound on his general sheet here. But in theory, yeah, Eliana might have a fighting chance. She has 3 black cards in her hand. The problem is Vakolak will heal 1 by then, so she would still need to roll 2 successes, which is not very likely, as we have seen. And again, we are out of these royal blessings, so this was really an ultra costly round for our heroes. But yeah, let's see how things go. Let's go into the turn of the Elf Lord. His first action is to heal. He's at Monarch City, so he's allowed to fully heal. The problem is he doesn't get those tokens right back. That's already a bummer, right? Question is, what are we going to do next with him? Right now, he's a bit useless, actually. I was thinking on moving him to Wolf Pass for 1 action and take a hit there. The problem is, yes, he would be rolling an extra die, but again, the problem is if he's failing there, it doesn't really help us at all. On the other hand, we have the Seeker with us. She can take out all of these green minions. Basically, let's call it not for free. You still have to initiate a combat action. That's at least how I played, and I think this does make sense. So maybe for him, we will be moving 1 space for free into Greenleaf Village. We will use 1 action here to fight against this red guy, the demon. We're getting 2 dice because of his swift attack. And again, we are looking for 4+. Okay, that was at least something. We still have 1 more action left, and now we have to start thinking if we should be moving somewhere or not with him for his final action. Passing. We could, that's the thing, we could have him move to the ancient ruins with Eliana, and Eliana could, with her rider's ability, take him with him. The question is, does it help us in any way? I don't think so, quite honestly. So maybe we do want to stay here, or we want to move back to Monarch City, but this doesn't help. I think we will move him closer to the Withered Hills now. So basically 1 space here into the Mountains of Mist, because over there is an inn which allows him to hopefully draw some more cards next round. Maybe that's the thing that he should have done, but yeah, it was a free thing. It was 1 action basically. So no, I think we are okay here. Let's go into his evening phase. We will draw 2 cards. Red card with a gate, which is okay. And what does this mean? Do not draw any Darkness Spreads cards this turn. Okay, all is quiet. That is quite powerful. And the 2 for Gorgard doesn't really help us because, yeah, Gorgard is out, as you know. We still have to resolve a Darkness Spread card, but at this point in time, I really do not care. Let's not do that just yet. So we will draw this card. We know this one. Oh gosh. Sapphire is moving, but we have a green location actually, which is currently empty, exactly the one that he cleaned. And then again, Sapphire is moving to the ancient ruins, simply to the next space, and he will bring 1 of his worshippers minions with him. That was only the first card, unfortunately, and then we will draw another one, the second card. We are still in mid-war, and in this case, oh god, why, oh why didn't I use my special ability? Yeah, Balasag will move into Monarch City. Are you kidding me? And now we can no longer use this card because the card has been drawn. We had a card with the Seeker which she unfortunately lost. This would really have prevented that. I think we have this card here. Let me see if I can find that. This one here, exactly. So we didn't use it, we discarded it, but because we discarded it, we don't have it in our hand. This prevention is something that you can do before you show the card, and then you can use a prevent card. But all the other cards, you can no longer play at this time, which ultimately means that this game is over. So really a poor judgment on my behalf not playing the All is Quiet card here. Could have bought us one more round in the end. I think, yeah, honestly, I think there was not really a lot we could have done. He would have moved with basically Ileana's first action. And I think there was no point in me getting after Balasag. We had 2 red cards in total, so it doesn't really make an awful lot of sense. So yeah, that's me losing this game. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed the ride. I can't tell you how much I love this game. It's a true gem of a board game out there, and I will most likely do another playthrough in the near or not so near future, maybe adding even some more of the expansions. There are at least 2 more expansions that we can add to this, which make the game, I'm not sure if it's make it more difficult, but simply adding 1 more or 2 more dimensions to it. So there are dungeons now in there. There are basically proper hero abilities, or basically a whole leveling system to some extent, which you can introduce into the game. Again, not making the game harder, because the game can be quite hard, as you could have seen here or did see here. But simply, yeah, again, adding some more dimensions to the gameplay. But I think the game as it is, with these quests and with the extra hero quest and so on, I think you already have a lot to explore. It's really, again, a very, very enjoyable game. In the meantime, I did receive my pledge of Euthia, or Euthia, I don't know how to pronounce that properly. Really very much looking forward. Currently working my way through the rules, watching some more of those videos. I think the first session I'm going to record will be a relatively easy, straightforward one. I don't really know if Euthia is really the perfect solo or corp game. You can play all these scenarios solo or cooperatively, but in this case I don't really care too much, because it's a little bit more, yeah, reminds me of Mage Knight, where you also more enjoy the ride. Really happy on how you are progressing your hero, how you can setting up your turn strategy and so on. So in this case, I'm really quite okay, but I really do appreciate the multiplayer rules of Euthia. Not sure why I'm talking about Euthia in a Defenders of the Realm video, but yeah, I'm really excited, as you can see. So definitely what I'm trying to say, look out for a playthrough of Euthia coming sooner or later, relatively soon, I hope. And yeah, let's see how miserably I'm failing there, right? Shall we? Okay. And with that being said, hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And yeah, until then, bye bye.